I don't like how it works. Every time you want to edit a text, you have to do it in another window, which it's not practical, but in the end it works. And like I was expecting, the result is pretty good. Welcome to part 3 of this review. Make sure you have watched the part 1 and 2 before watching this. The next one on the list is Krita. Krita works with Mac, Linux and Windows, and it's also a free software, but I have learned that I should not judge anything here before trying it. Let's download it. Download done. Now let's install it. Apparently there's only 3 languages, English and 2 others. Maybe it's Japanese or Chinese, but I'm not sure. I'm just interested in English, so it's not a problem. The installation is pretty straightforward and easy. Again, nothing complicated. I'm trying to be optimist for every software unless it changes my mind. The layout and the tools are in the right place, but that's just my opinion. Let's create a new file, 1280 pixels by 720 pixels, and change the PPI resolution to 72, because 300 it's for documents that needs to be printed, and 72 is the default resolution for the images that will be shown only in digital devices, and as you know, I don't need to print this document, so I will choose 72. By the way, PPI means pixels per inch. Let's open all the files. I'm trying to find what is the best way to import all the layers. It turns out that all I need is to copy and paste them in the main file. And here comes the turn for the selection tool. As you can see, the selection tool is easy. You can move it and resize it easily. I'm trying to get it in the right size. But copy and paste doesn't work directly. Had to drag the layer of the selection onto the other, and it becomes automatically a masking layer. Maybe there is another approach, but like I have said, I will try every software without looking for a tutorial. But keep in mind that I have used Photoshop for years, so I have a little background on how to use a photo editing software. Now all the files are imported, so let's resize them and put them in the right place. The shortcut for the transformation tool here is also Ctrl+T, and press Shift to maintain the aspect ratio. And changing the opacity is very easy, and this can be very handful when you are editing. By the way, pressing Enter confirms the transformation. Now all the icons are resized and in the right place. The next step is to draw the rectangles. But things wasn't going as expected. I draw the rectangle, but I can't fill it with a color. I have tried many things but no success. The background stays transparent. Had to stop the recording to just find out that it was something really simple. The tool option window was just right there in the top right corner of the screen. but I didn't see it. But why it's the outline which was filled by default and not the background? Please Krita's team tell me why. I'm just duplicating the rectangle layer. I will change the color but in another way. Right-click on the layer, choose Layer Style, and activate Color Overlay, change opacity to 100, and change the blend mode to normal, and then choose the color wanted. First I fill it with black just to check if it works like the way it supposes to. And then I came back to change it to the right color. Editing the layers order is easy. Now I draw those little backgrounds. I'm just repeating the same process. And now the turn of the text tool. I don't like how it works. Every time you want to edit a text, you have to do it in another window, which it's not practical, but in the end it works. Just writing the remaining text, I duplicate the layer and change the text and the color. I know, I'm so lazy. And now the final step is the motion blur. Finding the effect was easy, and it's in the right place. But I had to resize the background just to get a great result. Let's save the file in KRA format, Krita's project file. Apparently it supports multiple formats, including the PSD format, but I need only a PNG. Photopea, it's a free web photo editing software, no downloads required. The advantage of a web-based software is it's compatible with almost every operating system, but the downside is you have to stay always online to use it. It supports multiple format, PSD and GIMP XCF files and much more. Creating a new file is pretty easy, and it has many presets and templates, and surprisingly the default document size is 1280 by 720 pixels and the PPI is already set to 72. The layout is simple and nice. So let's begin with opening the files. This open in place is very handful, it will save me so much time. It will save me from the headache of having to open each image individually and copying each of them, and they are imported in separate layers. Let's import the reference image also and move it to the back, and lock it. Rearranging the layers order is easy. This auto-select is very useful. This is a bad habit. Pressing Ctrl+T in a web-based software always opens a new Chrome tab, so normally the shortcut should be something else. Yeah, I was right, the shortcut is Alt plus Ctrl+T, and pressing Shift while resizing maintains the aspect ratio. By the way, there's an option just next to the auto select option if you want to always show the transformation tool in any selected layer. I didn't see it when I was recording, but it's not a problem, all I have to do is to remember the shortcut. Pressing spacebar lets you move the document freely. Let's continue with resizing the remaining icons. Now, it's the turn for the selection tool. Selecting and editing the selection position and size is very easy. You can edit the size of the selection by right-clicking on it and choose Transform Selection. Copy and paste works great, and it's automatically pasted in a new layer. I just had to allow this website to use my computer clipboard. Here I'm just resizing the remaining icons. I know, but what can I do? I'm used for Ctrl plus T as shortcut for years. Don't expect that I will change this habit in minutes. Now all the icons are in place. Let's move on to the next step, which is drawing those backgrounds. Drawing a shape is pretty easy. Had to choose the rectangle tool and the color wanted. The shape is automatically set to a new layer. The color picker is also easy. I'm changing the opacity of the background layer to see the reference image. It will help me for the next step, which is drawing those little backgrounds. Another way to do it is to use the selection tool and create a new layer, and then fill it with the color. Now, the turn of the text tool. Again, really easy and simple, nothing complicated. Load font will help me to import the font wanted. Pressing Alt, then dragging the object for the duplication, also works. By double-clicking the text layer or directly the text in the image will let you edit it. The more I use this software, the more I like it. Everything is simplified and it got all I needed so far. Now it's the turn for the motion blur effect. And like I was expecting, the result is pretty good. Let's save the file. You can export it in multiple formats, even in PSD. But I want a PNG file. Let's check the quality and if there is no watermark. Everything seems good, so let's save it. I was just curious about who made this awesome software. And I found out that only one person made it. He was born in 1990, still young. But he made something that require a team and many years of experience. So, big up for this guy. Let's try and open a PSD file which was done by Photoshop and see, and as I expected again, everything works and the layers are there. There's only two things that bother me. First, it's only a web version software, and the second is ads on the right were too big. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.